Every time the police unjustly murder a black person, the right wing regurgitates the same pre-downloaded talking points that they were given by their corporate donors. The most common of these talking points is certainly the "he was no angel" line of argument. "He was no angel" is used to describe right-wing attempts to justify the extrajudicial and cold-blooded murder of people by the police. This deranged talking point is dragged out every time the right wing sees a chance. Often, as was the case with the killing of George Floyd, many right-wingers will gesture at prior offences, drug use, or just unpleasant behaviour in general. The many examples of this are so obvious that I cannot be bothered going through the painful process of looking at them all. I am sure you are familiar with at least a good number of these talking points, which seek to justify the unjustifiable. There are a number of criticisms that can be levied against these talking points. Firstly, it is important to note that these talking points are a lazy appeal to emotion. The right-wingers want you to think these people are bad on a personal level. They hope this will lessen your outrage at these unjust murders. The important thing is that it does not matter if some of these people were bad on a personal level. In fact, some of them may have been. This is irrelevant. Being a bad person does not mean that you deserve to be killed in an unnecessary extrajudicial murder. This should be obvious. Not only should people not be punished with death, but they should at least get a chance to defend themselves in a court of law. What is more, this argument attempts to personalize the systemic issues of the USA by attempting to discredit individuals. The fact is that attacking individuals to discredit movements such as Black Lives Matter is very dumb. These movements are about systemic and mass injustice, not individual cases. Occasionally, one case will become a symbolic figurehead of the larger problem. But the fact remains that Black Lives Matter works for systemic change and is idea-based. If right-wings had spines, they would attack Black Lives Matter ideas rather than trying and failing to discredit symbolic cases of injustice. Of course, they cannot properly criticize the idea of movements like Black Lives Matter, so instead they move to lazy and emotion-based personal attacks that appeal to their brainless audience. Overall, this argument is a joke that should be laughed at and mocked. No matter how bad a person is, they should not be killed in an unnecessary extrajudicial murder. That is about as unjust as it gets.